I don't normally do Destiny videos, and I have no intention of going back to doing them, but since I am reacting to a Destiny YouTuber, it kind of seemed not only appropriate, but kind of seemed that a lot of people would think that it would make sense to do a Destiny React video on Destiny. I'm on Destiny 1 and I'm actually reacting to a video about Destiny 2, but that's simply because I don't enjoy Destiny 2 anymore. So we'll do a bit of Mayhem Clash. And okay, so I apologize for not giving the name of this YouTuber. However, I can't remember the name. I did put it on my videos to react to list because I have a list on YouTube of videos which, you know, I'm doing research on the guy and what they're saying because I want to do a react video to that video. And basically I put some comments in. I commented on some stuff, and after I told the YouTuber in question that I was going to do a react video, he privated the video. And I'm not subscribed to him because I don't sub to Destiny YouTubers. It actually takes a lot of, unless you're a really good friend of mine, or unless I really enjoy your stuff, it's incredibly hard to get me to subscribe to any channel. I only subscribe to channels I enjoy. Anyway, going off on a tangent there for a moment. So essentially, the reason for the sudden react video is that well, the guy pissed me off basically, because if there's one thing I hate, and anyone that's ever played with me, met me, or spoken to me will tell you this, is I hate YouTubers who think that they have the right to speak for everyone in the community, and to think that everyone in the Destiny community needs to agree with their opinion. And this dude's video was about why he thinks we don't need Destiny 3. Now, I'm cool with everyone having their own opinion. I know there are some people out there who don't want Destiny 3. But Destiny 2 has had it. Doomed. Kaputski. I think we can all agree on that. Now, this guy, what he said that annoyed me was, and I quote, all the people who want all the people who say they want Destiny 3 don't really want Destiny 3. They just want to play a game that isn't Destiny 2. And that pissed me off because that is simply not true. %80 of the community wants Destiny 3.
Only 1 minute left.
Now, when I told him it was wrong of him to say that in the comments, he responded by saying that it would be bad to have. This point is that it would be bad to have Destiny 3 because he wouldn't be able to use his guns from Destiny 2 in it. Well, you know what? You can't use your weapons in Destiny 1. You can't use your weapons from Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, and it really doesn't matter. Yeah, it really does not matter. And he hadn't even said that in the video. He made that up on the spot to palm me off with. Now, what he did say in the video, I'm gonna attack and sink each of his points. He said that one of the main reasons it would be a bad idea to try and get Destiny 3 would be because it would take an incredibly long time to make Destiny 3 due to all the layoffs Bungie has done. The reason for those layoffs is what he's not telling us in his video, and the reason for the layoffs is quite simply because they cancelled Destiny 3. You know, people did not want more Destiny 2, but Bungie was determined to listen to Luke Smith and to keep making Destiny 2. Even now, they are making content for a game nobody plays anymore. He also said that Bungie cannot be trusted. Now, I agree completely on that. They've lied so many times, and even after everything that's happened to them, even though they're feeling the blowback big time, they're still lying. Their most recent lie, of course, is that they're trying to claim that Destiny 3 was never planned, which is nonsense, because their contract leaked out onto the internet several years ago. Their contract that they had with Activision, and it clearly states every single thing that they had planned with Activision, proving that not only was Destiny 3 planned ahead of time, but if they hadn't fallen out with Activision, we would have we would have got Destiny 3. So I agree completely. Bungie cannot be trusted. They are liars. They are cheats. And they are greedy. To the extent that it's so that I'm almost surprised that Mr. Beast hasn't phoned up Bungie HQ offering to sponsor them.
Mayhem Clash. Alpha Team.
Next point the guy tried to make was that there's no point in Destiny 3 because Destiny 3 would be the exact same as Destiny 2. It would be all the same characters. And as in Destiny 2, you would log in, you would automatically launch into the first mission. And you would have to pay for 1,000,001 things to play all of it. Actually, I don't think that is the case. Bungie, I think Bungie are actually starting to realise that they're not going to get away with calling Destiny to a free game when the only thing that's free about it is the tutorial. I also think that there's a lot of potential in Destiny 2. I would further add that some characters have been killed off. Amanda Holiday is no longer in the game. The Future War Cult representative is no longer in the game. The Destiny franchise has a lot of potential in it. They don't have to do a Destiny game which is anything like Destiny 2. They could do lots of different things. They could do a game set hundreds of years after the final battle with the Witness, where all the characters that you know, love or hate in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 at the moment are dead and have been replaced by completely new characters. They could do a game where you can actually work your way through and actually get to be a Vanguard commander. There's the possibility for prequel stories. What about we could have Destiny 3, which is all about Cade before he joined the Vanguard. We could have, we could do like they did for Star Wars and have a prequel set in the Golden Age. Who wouldn't want to play a Destiny game set in the Golden Age? And you could play through the Golden Age. You could possibly be an Iron Lord. Fighting the warlords. You know, you could lead them. You could lead missions against the warlords. Build your own bases. You could have space fighter battles. And you could include, start at the Golden Age, then go through the first collapse, then finally the game completes with you dying in battle. And before you say in the comments it can't finish with you dying, with the player dying in battle, it would make sense for it to, because the ghost brings you back when you're dead the first time round, and you've died millions of years ago, and he's brought you back to be a guardian. They could do a deluxe version that comes with Destiny 1, Destiny 2, Destiny 3, and DLC content. As for not getting to use your weapons in Destiny 3, I can tell you that that was actually a choice. It was just by choice, not by necessity, that you can't use your stuff from Destiny 1 in Destiny 2. Bungie chose not to let people do it. And Bungie can say that they wouldn't be able to do it all they want, but the simple fact of the matter is Mass Effect 1 and 2 can both do it on all versions of the games. So the PS4 and PS5 versions of Mass Effect Legendary Collection let you move your weapons over to the next game as a reward for completing the game that you've just played, and you can also do that feature in the Xbox 360 version. I apologize for not doing this video sooner. I tried to, but I was initially doing just a recorded video, about the same as usual, but I went to upload it and there'd been some kind of a mishap with the sound. So honestly, there is a lot of potential left with the franchise, and there's a lot of ways you could go with the game. If any of you guys out there have dreams for PlayStation 4, I actually created a Destiny 3 fan game on it. And using that game engine and just my PlayStation 4, I was able to create a full-length raid in under a week. Someone has even told me that they've heard that Bungie will start up the DCV again. That's their so-called content vault, but I think we all know that they're not vaulting content, they're just deleting it. Anyway, they'll start deleting content again. If they continue making more content for Destiny 2. Now, you can claim all you want that they're going to make more DLCs after the final shape. However, this is another Bungie trick. It's the same as with the Season Pass. People didn't want the game to be completely seasonal. They were refusing to drop the matter. So Bungie announced that they would be abandoning the seasonal model and abandoning the season pass, and there would now be an annual pass like there was before. However, in reality, literally all they did was they changed the name of the season pass. When you buy it, it says annual pass, but if you go in game into the game itself, it's referred to as seasonal pass. The episodic model, that is basically what they've done there is basically that instead of one season pass ending and then another starting, and then you can't get anything that you didn't manage to get before the time was up in the first season pass.
Heavy ammo available. You're falling behind.
You can get everything from the pass right up until all 3 passes have ended, and right up until the episodes have ended.
5 minutes remaining.
So it's basically a normal season pass, except, and by normal I mean the same kind as you'd expect to get from another game, with the exception that content is locked behind it.
You're in the lead. Heavy ammo on the way. Lost the lead. Heavy ammo available.
Bastard. So you see, everything this dude has said is nonsense. And I think that is why he privated the video after I said that I was going to do a react video and disprove all his points. Anyone that says Destiny 3 would be a bad idea obviously doesn't know what they're talking about. Almost everyone in the community wants it, and almost everyone in the community is baffled by Bungie saying that they think Marathon is a safer bet. Marathon isn't a safer bet. People from inside Bungie itself have come out publicly and said, these are people who still work for Bungie, by the way, they've been interviewed and they have said that there is zero positive feedback from their playtesters, that they feel it's extremely unlikely that the game will be out on time next year. I mean, Bungie are just being stupid because, I mean, think about it from a business point of view, right? On one hand, you have a game series, a franchise, which has a 12-year-old fan base, a massive fan base. Yes, the fan base are fed up with what you've been doing. Yes, they're sick of your behaviour. But if you change your ways and start giving them what they want,
you're falling behind.
Then they will work with you. And they all, well, almost all of them, want a third game in the series to be released, and have done for ages, and you know that they're not going to change their mind. On the other hand, you have a game which is an extraction shooter, PvP only, which means you don't have a set of fan base for it, because it's not part of a franchise. You're not going to have most of your players from the other game come over, because one, there's no PvE section planned for Marathon, and two, you've just given everything. You've announced that the game that you're planning to release will have literally everything that you've been telling the PvP players in your existing games you're not capable of doing for any of your games, and you're not willing to do it for your other games. So, which is likely to make them more money? The game that no one wants, or the game that is part of a popular series with a strong fan base? The Destiny community is a strong-willed community. It is a passionate community, but those are not bad things. And it's a community that's willing to speak with its wallet and fight for its rights. Again, good things, not bad things to have in a community. Especially when you have people like Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy weaseling their ways into positions of power. And honestly, it's creators, it's YouTube creators, and even just, yes, normal players who are fixated on things that really don't matter, that are part of the reason Bungie got away with so much.
Mayhem Clash. Bravo team. Destroy them with your light. Gains the lead. You're falling behind. You're in the lead.
I mean, guys, please, when you do your videos, remember, everyone has the right to their own opinion, and what you're saying, unless it's, with the exception of certain things, very few certain things, them. 95% of what you say in your what we all say in our videos is opinion. My opinion is that Destiny 3 would rejuvenate people's interest in the franchise, that getting new players isn't enough, and the reason that I think getting new players isn't enough is because people who are new to Destiny 2,
5 minutes remaining.
they just bounce as soon as they see how bad the game actually is. They either bounce when they see that it's actually not free and how much money you're going to pay, or they bounce because it's so ridiculously overcomplicated, or because Bungie tries to control the meta. Metas in games should change naturally. What do I mean by naturally? Well, people who play a lot of video games and who played Destiny 1 Most likely already know that, but for those of you who don't, I will explain. What a naturally, or
Gains the lead.
perhaps a better word would be organically changing meta, or organically evolving meta even, is a meta which changes because players have discovered new ways of doing things. An influenced or controlled meta is when the company tries to force players to use different gear and weapons. A very good example of that would be sunsetting. Another good example would be when the Leviathan raids were out, and yes, I said raids, not raid layers, because I'm not counting the raid layers. Raid layers are still part of the Leviathan raid. They were just the prototypes for dungeons.
Heavy ammo available.
Anyway, again going off on a tangent, sorry. If you didn't know, they experimented with making it that you were only allowed to go into the Leviathan raid if you had particular weapons equipped. Champion mods. Is another example. Forcing people who don't like particular weapons and are good with particular weapons to use them against incredibly powerful enemies.
One minute.
I apologise for the lack of content, by the way. But I've actually been working on some really big content, and when I haven't been doing that, I've been doing family stuff.
10 seconds remaining.
Some of the nicer people in my family have been teaming up and playing First Descendant with me every night for the last couple of weeks. They haven't been on really today, so anyway, bit disappointing because I was hoping to play some First Descendant with them. But First Descendant is gonna kill Destiny 2 if Destiny 2, if Bungie does not move away from Destiny 2 and on to Destiny 3. As for the guy's final point about it taking a long time to make a Destiny 3, honestly, it takes a long time to make most games nowadays. Making games and making videos, or indeed any kind of content for anything, is a lot more work than a lot of people realize it is. And yes, it is, but I think it would take some time, maybe 1-2 years, but honestly, I think you have to ramp up, I think you have to set up the scales sometimes and ask yourself what is best. You know, if it's a choice between endless crap that no one enjoys with bad rewards and no reason to actually play a game, yet the price increases every year, and you have to pay constantly, then or waiting 3 years to have a new game released where the community is listened to and the game is enjoyable and there's a lot of work been put into it, I will take the wait. If it's a choice between everyone in the game using overpowered weapons and having weapons nerfed constantly, or sunset, or things put in place to force me to use weapons I hate, then as long as absolutely everyone in the game is able to get those weapons, I'm fine with it. Because fanboys will tell you that power creep happens because all the weapons are overpowered in the game and everybody's using overpowered weapons and it's spoiling the game. That's not true. The truth is, power creep in actual fact is only damaging when there are totally OP guns and incredibly OP armor in the game, exotic armor in the game, but there's only one way to get it, and a large number of people are not able to ever complete that activity. A good example of this would be the change in exotics that happened with Beyond Light, where they tripled the difficulty of Legendary and Master Lost sectors. Added that stupid life res token system to it, even though people had been demanding it be removed from Raid since the time it was only on the Leviathan Raid, and made it so that only the only place to get exotic armor was Legendary and Master Lost sectors. The problem when you do that is that, one, you make the rest of the game completely irrelevant to people who are not new players. Because when you've completed all the campaigns in the DLC and the base game campaign, the tutorial campaign, you're probably going to want to grind for exotics. Even if you're not a grinder, you're probably going to want to grind for exotics. And it completely ruined the exotic thing for a lot of people. Because for me, the best part of getting a new exotic was getting it with a friend or with someone I really care about. But, you know, Bungie making it so the only way to get exotic armor was to solo exotic lost sector, to solo lost sectors on Legendary or Master difficulty. That was the end of people being able to enjoy getting new exotic armor with their friend. That was the end of girlfriends and boyfriends being able to get their new exotic armor together. Unless you were a new player. And yeah, there are some people out there who will give you the line about how it's not pointless to go after armor in other areas of the game because you can still farm for stats on exotic armor pieces. But honestly, that's just them trying to give themselves an excuse not to accept that Bungie's in the wrong, because the mods in Destiny 2 that you can equip to your armor can give you the best possible stats without having to farm for them. There are special events, yearly events, which again will let you earn legendary armor with great stats on it without having to farm for it. Attracting new players is important for a game, but you don't want everything that a game is to center around attracting new players. You don't want every decision you make to be based on focusing on getting new players, because when you do that, there's nothing for them to stay for. If there's nothing for new players to stay for, they'll just leave again, and you'll end up with what Bungie's done, which is you've got just the exact same number of people leaving as are joining at the exact same time. So 1,000 people will log on for the first time, another 1,000 people will abandon the game. It doesn't work. The main thing that was holding Destiny back was Luke Smith, because he would not let anyone listen to the community. He kept convincing the board of directors to listen to him. He would not stop interfering with things, and he would not allow Destiny 3 to come out. Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy are no longer with the company. I feel bad for all the people who got let go by Bungie. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. And now the best we can hope for is for Bungie to stop and think about why they had to let all those people go. And I think we need to think about why Bungie had to let all those people go. And I think the reason for that is Luke Smith. The one good thing, the one positive thing about the Bungie firing all those people: no more Luke Smith. They let him go. In fact, from what I've heard, the reason Luke Smith and Mark Noseworthy left was because they were going to be fired if they didn't leave. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, I think that the new Bungie wants to move away from doing community games. I think the board of directors, the business side of things, actually hates Destiny 2 because it's a community game. The Destiny franchise is community games, and they want a game that they can just treat as a normal live service game, where they can just have a audience that will just take whatever they're given, believe whatever they're told, and accept everything that the company wants to do. And that audience is not the Destiny audience. I will do some update videos at a later date on what I've been up to with making, what content I've been making. If you have anything to ask me, please, if you have anything you want to know, please feel free to ask in the comments. I'm going to end the video there now because it's getting quite late for me. Like the video if you found it informative. Let me know if you agree with what I've said or not. Let me know in the comments if you think Destiny 3 would be a positive thing. Let me know if you think Destiny 2 can still be saved. Let me know if you are done with Bungie because you're just sick of the way they've treated you, let me know if you have taken up First Descendant and given up Destiny 2, or possibly even gone over to Minecraft. In fact, if you want, just let me know what games you've gone over to instead of Destiny 2. I have been toying with the idea of creating a Destiny Oracle opening for my videos, so let me know what you think of that. Just, you know, anything you want to talk about. As long as it's not asking for more Destiny content. Because I don't do that anymore. Anyway, I'm ending the video now, so hit the like button if you found this video informative. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.